내 눈을 감으면
Ooh, another vibrato. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Burke. I'm a singer, songwriter, and vocal coach.
Please me like we're in a movie. Don't know how you do it so well.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there. And if you would like to learn how to sing, then what you've got to do is take my free 15-minute singing lesson on Singer. The link is down in the description. If you've ever heard the myth that you have to be born with a great voice, well, spoiler alert, that is a total myth. That is not true. I used to be terrible. Now I'm a professional, and we have transformed voices on Singer from people that had no singing experience, literally thought that I was lying to them, that I told them that they could learn. They're like, yeah, right, dude. And then little do they know, within like weeks, they're singing. So I'm telling you, learning to sing does not have to be difficult. It can be fun, be easy. It doesn't have to take long. I'm telling you, all it takes is the right exercises. And so when you're ready, take the free lesson on Singer. But above all, I want you to know that if you're passionate about singing, it is something that you can learn. I'm telling you, don't listen to lies in your head that are telling you that you can't do it, because trust me, you can. Oh, and I found this video of Jin recording in the studio, so I'm super excited to watch it. Jin has become one of my favorite vocalists. He has such a beautiful tone up in that upper register. He is able to hit these just powerful head voice high notes. It's incredible with such a great tone. And so I'm really excited. I want to see more about how they record. I'm really interested in this. And then at the end, I'll give you some tips of how I record. So, all right, let's get into it.
이걸 스피커가 없어요.
스피커 없어요?
스피커를 좀 구해달라 그랬는데 못
See, that's the coolest thing too, is they're tracking all this in like hotel rooms. That's where the best music is made.
BPM 좀 늘어난
I used to have my vocal booth set up in my closet,
BPM이
and I've tracked vocals in
느려졌네.
like top of the line studios,
그냥 원래대로요?
and I still think that the closet sounds better. So
땡기고 싶다면
한 번만 전체적으로
I'll give you some producing tips at the end of this video, as well as, you know, some things that I've learned.
아씨, 노래는 전문가들에게 맡겨야 돼. 괜히 저 같은 사람이 어설프게
I'd be
프로듀싱
surprised
한다고
if he tracks sitting down. That's typically
조금만 땡기면 좋지 않을까요?
not recommended. I wouldn't always recommend it.
게
늘어지게 들리지 막상.
Unless maybe you need to bend over to hit a note sometimes to
살짝
like
급한 것
really
같은데
engage the diaphragm.
1.5
볼 수 없을까 봐두려워. 행복했던 추억들만 생각날 것 같아.
잘다.
좋았어.
Nice.
앞에만 혹시
See, recording in the studio can be such a long process because you go over take and take and take.
내 눈을 감으면
Ooh, another vibrato.
했던 시간들이 떠오를 것 같아.
Nice. Nice. That sounded like a keeper to me. I'm surprised he's so close. Typically, you want to be about 6 inches back from what's called your pop filter here.
함께했던 시간들이 떠오를 것 같아. 내 눈을
Nice, so he's adding the octave.
행복했던
The lower octave there.
추억들만 생각날 것 같아.
Nice, and he hit the same vibrato. I really noticed that. So when he's stacking those vocals, he hit that higher head voice octave. Then he did the lower one, and he did the same vibrato in both. So that was really nice. That'll blend well. I like this breathy tone. This is nice. Yes. Oh, see, I like that little slide down between the transitions to notes.
했으면 좋겠던 것 같아.
Yes, he sounded so good, and he's opening up the vocal tone, which I personally love.
고흐름상.
So I was gonna say, I'm surprised that they have the hood on, because typically that can give some bleed in the headphones, meaning that you hear what he's hearing in the headphones in the mic. It'll pick it up, especially because he's so close. Watch this, he's about to nail it.
아, 이게 좀
밀었어.
이 타이밍이
This is such a throwback to my studio sessions,
이게
where you're just going back and forth with the producer, like, what do you think about this take? What do you think about this? And then they, yeah, it's honestly, it can get, like, going through this process can sometimes make you hate your songs, because you're like, I have heard this so many times.
이렇게 뭐 또.
Like, you take it phrase by phrase, and then you're like, I need to, like, take a 2-month break from my songs before I can hear this again once it's out.
다시 볼 순 없을까?
Nice.
괜찮은 것 같아.
Nice transition. I wish I knew what they were saying in between. You will have to fill me in.
그 처리가 을까만 다시 해도 될까요?
I'm surprised too that he's sitting down.
볼 순 없을까?
Wow, it's cool that I'm watching this. I wonder if he's doing
아, 여기
BGVs.
저희 첫 자작곡.
Maybe these are BGVs, meaning
맞습니다.
background vocals, not the real
여러분들.
lead.
슬프게
But I love that they're breaking the rules too. This is the fun thing about recording, is
잘
that, like,
들어주시길 바랍니다.
sometimes the
감사합니다.
rules are meant to be broken, you know? Oh, is that it? That was really, really cool to watch. I'm very surprised if he actually tracked his lead sitting down like that. But hey, Jin could do it. That guy is a vocal king. So, you know, if he wants to track vocals sitting down, by all means, if anybody can do it, Jin can do it. So, you know, like I said, sometimes the rules are meant to be broken. It's the end, and I told you that I would give you some of my own recording tips, or at least I'll go through how I personally like to record, because I think that the key is, too, you have to practice, and you have to figure out what works for you. You know, maybe with Jin, he enjoys sitting down, and that's what works for him. And so you're going to have to figure out what works for you. I'll tell you what works for me. The other thing that I want to say real quick, though, is that Jin really has gotten so good, and no disrespect, he was always an amazing singer. I think when I said in another compilation, I'm like, Jin has improved so much. I did not mean disrespect before, because Jin was always a great vocalist, but his tone, just the little nuances that I hear changed. Maybe some of you don't hear that, okay? But I hear a lot of nuances changed, meaning very small details changed, like a little bit of more of a rich quality tone, a little more of an open tone, little less resonating nasally, which I personally prefer less nasal, and even more improved agility, better high notes. It's been incredible to watch. So I'm just saying, like, he was great before, but now it's like it's so fun to watch, and it's honestly been incredible to see the progression over the years. So shout out to Jin, he's killing it. Okay, so this is the way that I record. I put my headphones on, right? No duh. You got to put your headphones on, and I send all of the sound to my left ear, because I take my right ear out, okay? And the reason I send all of the sound to the left ear is because if sound was coming out the right ear and I'm singing into my mic, well, guess what? Sound's gonna bleed out, okay? And if you got a really loud tempo track, and I tend to like to blast the music in the headphones so I can really, you know, feel the instrumental. And if you don't take the sound out of this right ear here, or whatever ear you have out when you record, well, you're gonna bleed into your mic, and that's not gonna be good. So then literally what I'll do is, you gotta have a pop filter. Why do you need a pop filter? Well, you need a pop filter because without this, you get all kinds of sibilance. That sounds probably terrible, right? So you don't want that. That's the air that's getting released kind of violently on some consonants. So like your P's or your S's. And it also, I find, helps with harsher frequencies on the S's as well. Of course, you want to get a de-esser, compress that out. Maybe we can go over that in another video if you guys are interested in producing. But anyway, so I like to have my pop filter about, I don't know, about 3 inches. It might be a little more than 3 inches. away from the mic. And then I like, for at least my mic here, then I like to stand about 6 inches at least away from the mic here, because what I find is if I'm too close, you start to get some really nasty frequencies in your S's, and it also, yeah, I mean, really for the sibilance, the frequencies, the high sharp frequencies on the S's, I find are really tough to get rid of in the post-production if you record it the wrong way. So that's why I like to do this. I have my headphones out. Oh, and then one more tip is I like to cup my hand here, which gives your voice a different kind of coloring, and it really helps you hear your voice. So if you try this literally right now, if you cup your hand like that and put it behind your ear, and then have it where the end of your hand is right by your mouth, you'll hear your voice in a different coloring. You'll actually hear it similar to how other people hear your voice. And so I find that this really helps me at times, especially if I'm singing a little more quietly. I find that this really, really helps. So that's kind of how I record my tracks. I hope that you take some good stuff from that. For anybody that records, leave me a comment if you record music. I'd love to hear, and if you'd be interested in more about my recording process or producing process. Anyway, tons of love. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to learn to sing, go take that free lesson on Singer. You can have an amazing voice. It just takes 10, 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. That's it. 4 to 5 times a week, that's it. And you can have an amazing singing voice, a voice that you're so confident in. You'll be confident. You'll be ready to serenade the person you like. You'll be ready. You want to ask somebody out. You bring the guitar with them. You sing the song. You just go a cappella. You'll be ready. You won't be nervous at all because you will sound so good. And the thing is that it's not that difficult. As long as you do the right exercises, you follow the right process. It literally doesn't have to be that difficult. That's such a myth. Number 1, you don't have to be born with a great voice. Number 2, learning to sing can be fun. It doesn't even have to take that long, and it's not difficult as long as you're doing the right exercises. And so when you're ready, take my free lesson. It's 15 minutes. I'm going to guide you through just a few of those exercises, and you're going to hear the difference immediately. So the link is in the description. Go check that out, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully, I will see you over on the site in the free lesson. Okay, I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Peace.